In France, orders for the Renault Twingo electric are now being accepted, but this is only applicable to R-Pass holders. At launch, the Techno trim level costs €21,090. Orders for the less expensive Evolution trim, which costs €19,490, will be accepted beginning in the spring. However, the German press office verified after our initial report that these pricing only apply to the French version. It is anticipated that prices in Germany may vary. It is anticipated that German prices won't be revealed until January. The pricing mentioned above were mentioned in the foreign press office's slightly misleading press release, which we learned about through an electriv.net article. Additionally, it said that R-Pass holders, who would also be available in Germany, could place orders starting on December 16th. This led us to the conclusion that Germany would be subject to the same prices. This isn't the case, though, given that the German version features a 3-phase onboard charger as standard. They are probably higher. Although the technology is entirely different, the new Renault Twingo electric is built on the same chassis as the R5 and R4. These adjustments were required to lower the model's cost below €20,000. In 2023, the 3.79-meter-long microcar made its debut as a concept vehicle. The newcomer, which was built on the Ampar small platform, was supposed to be produced in less than 2 years and cost less than €20,000 at the time. Both objectives have been met. The new vehicle may now be ordered for less than €20,000. The driving system is powered by a permanent magnet synchronous motor, PSM, rather than an electronically excited synchronous motor, ESM, which is a first for Renault, at least in the most recent models. Cost appears to be the driving force behind the shift, possibly due to the more intricate development procedure. Renault prefers to point to efficiency, but this is a strong argument because it suggests that an inefficient motor type has been selected for the remainder of the range. Shanghai eDrive provides the 60 kilowatts water-cooled unit. Moreover, a cell-to-pack lithium iron phosphate, LFP battery is employed. This indicates that modules are not required because the cells are placed straight into the battery. CATL provides the prismatic cells. Overall, battery costs have decreased by about 20% because to LFP technology and cell-to-pack architecture. Another factor that lowers effort, expenses, and complexity is the car's lack of water cooling for the battery. Rather, a heating plate in the battery casing underneath the cells and airflow from driving are the only sources of cooling. The WLTP range is a pitiful 263 kilometers, which is less than the Fiat Grande Pan Electric's WLTP range of 320 kilometers and hardly more than the Dacia Spring's 228 kilometers. 11 kilowatts AC or 50 kilowatts DC charging is the standard. The latter may appear antiquated at first, but it is important to take into account the tiny battery size. Even with 50 kilowatts, the battery charges from 10 to 80% in 30 minutes. With AC, a complete charge from 10 to 100% takes about 2 hours and 35 minutes. The onboard charger is bidirectional. External 230-volt devices with a maximum power output of 3.7 kilowatts can be connected via an adapter. Steering wheel paddles on the original Techno model provide 4 steps of regenerative brake adjustment. One-pedal driving, akin to the Renault 4 Electric, is possible with the strongest option. You can at least control the regenerative braking with the Evolution trim level, which is available for purchase starting in March, by selecting between D and B modes. The Renault Captur's modified torsion beam axle has taken the role of the multi-link rear axle. However, the front axle is the same as that of the Renault 5 and the Renault 4 E-Tech Electric. The electric Twingo is marginally shorter than the Hyundai Inster and slightly longer than the Dacia Spring at 3.79 meters. It is lower, though, at 1.49 meters, especially when compared to the rather towering Inster